vinyl community? Welcome to another Sunboxing with the Record Spinner. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the very best of the Beach Boys Sounds of Summer. This is the newly released 60th Anniversary Expanded Edition. Of course, this year in 2022 celebrates the 60th anniversary of the Beach Boys, and Universal Music has decided to pull the stops and do an expanded re-release of perhaps one of the more notable Beach Boys compilations, because Sounds of Summer came out roughly 20 years ago in the early 2000s, and it is, I would say, generally a compilation that has come out recently that a lot of either fresh listeners or just people that overall want to get a scope of the band's history will go to. And they decided to do this expanded version, which is nice because aside from it being available on CD, of course, there is this nice vinyl box set, which brings together 6 LPs, and I would say this is the most comprehensive Beach Boys compilation on vinyl that covers such a wide spread in terms of their entire career. And I am very excited to dig into this, so let's get the shrink wrap off. But before we do that, here is the hype sticker. And it says 60th Anniversary Expanded Edition, 80 newly remastered tracks featuring 24 new mixes, 180-gram audiophile vinyl, and etched vinyl logo as well. So let's get the shrink wrap off of this and see what entails with this, because I am very excited for this. Out of the slew of new releases that are coming out this summer, this is one that definitely caught my eye. And what I had previously of this compilation was the Target pressing that came out a couple years back. It's just the basic 2LP version on like marbled orange vinyl, and I felt that it was worth parting ways with that and getting this expanded version here. So, what do we have? So here is the box itself, and overall it has this very nice holographic foil type finish to it with the sunset there, which is very fitting. And all over the spines, we have the Beach Boys logo. Hopefully you guys can catch that. Yeah, it's a little hard to catch it on camera. See if you guys can catch the spine. There, you can see that. Even there's the logo underneath. Kind of a re-rendering of the classic Beach Boys logo that we become associated with. And here is the back. Now, this is a backing sheet, which I believe comes off of the back of the box. Let me see. Yes, so there is like some sticky adhesive stuff holding this together, so I'm just gonna be careful and take this off. And here you have the full track list, and like I said, it is comprehensive and it does cover a lot of ground. So just looking at this, we have a lot of the stereo mixes that were done back in the time when this compilation first came out. So there's some stereo mixes from 2001. There's a couple of new stereo mixes that were done in 2021. There's ones done in 2013. I believe those were for the Made in California box set. And I believe any track on here that is not indicated as a new mix is just the original stereo mix. And basically, so you can kind of get a gist on what is new in this expanded version. It looks like the first 2 LPs comprise of the original Sounds of Summer compilation. And then from LP3 onwards is all the new bits that are included. So obviously it does cover, of course, the early surf stuff from the early 60s, then it goes into the Pet Sounds era, then it goes into my favorite period, which is like 67 to 72, and then covers everything beyond that. So just judging by the track list, there are a lot of fantastic Beach Boys tracks on here. This is going to be such a thrilling listen, but also I figured that now would be the time to pick this up because it's summertime, and if there's one band I like to listen to in the summer, it is the Beach Boys. So it is a slipcase type of box here, and let's see what entails with this. So starting off with the first 2 LPs, so this is basically a re-rendering of the original cover of Sounds of Summer. So we kind of have the sunset here, different, logo and fonts. Also, I love the way that they have like this border around the cover. It kind of reminds me of an old school Capitol release, which is pretty cool. And then here is the original back cover with the surfboard standing up from the sand. And like I said, that is the original track list of the original compilation. Gatefold jacket. And here, my gosh, there is a lot here. So we have liner notes, newly written liner notes by Howie Edelson. And then we also have a sort of, I guess, track-by-track breakdown in terms of which song appears on where, who sang lead, which mix is used, as well as a cool photo collage of the guys there, as well as various production credits. Just looking here. Very, very nice. And let's see what entails with the inside. So we have old school looking printed inner sleeves. This is a very nice touch. Kind of gives the vibe of an old school, you know, corporate capital printed inner sleeve with all the various releases that are on the label. But in this case, we have solely Beach Boys releases featured here. And that is just super, super cool. Take the vinyl out, and here on this LP we have the classic rainbow rim capital label, which is so nice. And judging by the dead wax, this was definitely pressed at GZ Vinyl in the Czech Republic. But what is interesting that I noticed on the back of the backing sheet on the back of the box, see if you can catch that there. This is indeed a direct metal mastered Beach Boys pressing, which, as far as I know, I don't think we have seen any direct metal mastered Beach Boys pressing. So that is definitely a first. So that is very cool indeed. Take out the other printed label, and here we have more releases being marketed. And then here we even get into some of the compilations and archival releases that are showcased, which are very cool. And here is the second LP there. So overall, very beautifully put together and designed. It's little things like this that just goes a long way. And it's just such like a nice tip to just, you know, those old school capital printed labels. It is just so nice. And then also here is the spine. I am so sorry if the light is not really catching that. Maybe holding it from a distance, you can kind of catch it. Sorry about that. And now we move on to LPs 3 and 4. And this is where we get into the expanded territory. And this is a beautifully designed jacket here. Very nice photo collage. We have an outtake from the Surf and Safari photo session. We have an outtake from Pet Sounds, as well as this is from Stack of Tracks. This is from Shutdown Volume 2. This is just phenomenal stuff here. And here is the back cover here with the track list. Opens up. And here we have track by track breakdown, just like the previous one. And we have some even cooler band photos here, some of which I've never seen before. So this is just really, truly a sight to see. This is beautifully put together. Let's see, what did they do for this? Okay, so they're doing the same thing across the board with all LPs. They're putting them in these custom printed inners. Ah, that is cool. So here we have the green capital label. This was used in the late 60s, I believe. So that is such a nice nod that they included those retro-looking capital labels. Just, you know, if you're going to cover the scope of the Beach Boys legacy, you might as well get it down to the cover, not the cover variants, the label variants of the time. That is just so cool. And then same deal here. Wow. Very nice touch. It's little details like that that just go a long way to make, you know, the uber diehard fans go nuts over. That is phenomenal. And I do have to say, too, the pressings look very nicely pressed. No scuffing. I mean, I say that, and yet they're housed in printed inner sleeves. But overall, no defects. I'm not seeing any quality control concerns, which is very nice. Also, considering the price tag on this box set, which is quite hefty. But just judging by how this is put together and designed, I think it's well worth it. And also, the Beach Boys in general are a band that is well preserved on the audio platform because they have a dedicated audio team. I'm going to get the names from the gatefold, see if they're here. I know they're listed in the other one. It's going to bug me until I point them out. Mark Lynette, Alan Boyd, those two guys are always at the producing and mixing helm for any Beach Boys audio release, and they do such a phenomenal job in terms of preserving the legacy. And it really comes across, whether it's, you know, the various box sets that they've done for Pet Sounds, the Smile sessions, all the stuff that they did with the Wild Honey stuff, and Feel Flows, like, there is such a wide scope that you can definitely cover, and it is just done with the utmost care. So there's no doubt in mind that this is going to be a enjoyable listen, as well as just an enjoyable product to begin with. And moving onward into the last 2LP gatefold here, this is the rest of the expanded stuff, and here we have some kind of, there's some early stuff in here, but there's also some later era photos sprinkled in. This is definitely a much later photo on this side with more tracks. Gatefold jacket, some cool studio shots. Oh, nice. They even give a nice little tip to Blondie Chaplin and Ricky Fattar back when they joined the band in the early 70s. Very cool indeed. This is, wow. This is, like I've said, that's all I can say. This is beautifully put together. And, of course, gotta include the Brother Records label there. That is phenomenal. That looks so, so cool. But I will say this. I feel like, you know, I'm not adding enough substance to this unboxing when it comes to just, you know, the Beach Boys and the music. But I do have to say, in general, just to tie it all in, given my love for the Beach Boys, I would say it is thanks to them that I got to appreciate a much wider range of music, because I did encounter Pet Sounds during my early college years, and when I listened to that, it kind of paved the way for everything else that I was going to dive into in the future in terms of me getting into newer types of music, new artists and such. Just hearing, you know, how Brian Wilson just intricately, you know, went about those arrangements, and hearing the beautiful harmonies that are surely a blueprint for any vocal-driven band or artist. It's just absolutely sensational, and it's because of, you know, the artistry of Brian Wilson and what the others contributed as well, just made me overall appreciate them better, because for a while I just kind of saw them as, oh yeah, that was the band on Full House, and, you know, they have all the surf songs and whatever. But once I delved deeper, there is much more depth to the legacy of the Beach Boys, and it's just sublime. It's one of the few bands that moves me emotionally when I listen to them. But I'm going to pause for a moment, because there is the etching on the last side of the last LP, and here we have the new logo here, which is very nice. You can see my ring light through there, which is a nice touch. And let me just make sure I'm not missing anything inside. Nope, that is it. So, looks like I have a lot of listening to do. I have 6 LPs worth to listen to here, but honestly, I am just blown away alone by how this is designed and packaged, and just given, you know, how much care is given to these Beach Boys products. It is going to sound absolutely wonderful, and I get to listen to tunes in true summer fashion with the sounds of summer. So there you guys go. That is my unboxing of the Beach Boys Sounds of Summer 60th Anniversary Expanded Edition. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next video, and most importantly, keep the record spinning.